Hi guys, this is Eunice and welcome to Shore Herbal Medicine and welcome to Shore Herbal Knowledge. This is where we come on a Wednesday or Thursday to discuss herbs and so forth, give you tips to help you or recommend to you if you have the symptoms and so forth that we're going to be discussing for this particular herb. Um, these videos has helped quite a few people, and I'm so happy that I'm able to just give out this information and so forth, and that it has helped some of you and all that. A lot of times people try to do some research, and sometimes they don't understand what the research is saying or whatever, and a lot of times when somebody actually talk to you and discuss it with you, they can actually understand it better. So this is one of the reasons why we are actually discussing the herbs and telling you about the herb, what the herbs is supposed to assist you with and all that. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite herbs, and it's going to be dandelion. We have discussed dandelions before. Dandelion is actually a well-known herb. Maybe some people don't know about it. I don't know. But dandelion grows pretty much everywhere. You can maybe take a look in your yard and you'll see dandelions and so forth all over the place and so forth. And a lot of herbalists, they get the dandelion. They do their let it dry out. They make their concoctions. You can get dandelion juice drinks. I've seen some people do make some kind of juice out of dandelion. So there's several ways you can use dandelion, and so far as in capsules, making some kind of juice or something out of it, tea, whatever, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to use it. So now let's get into what dandelion actually do for your health. Dandelion is highly nutritious and so forth, and that's one of the reasons why I say people make all kinds of concoctions. Maybe I can say concoctions. I make concoctions myself. So yeah. And dandelion contains an antioxidant. It fights inflammation. It manages blood sugar, reduce cholesterol. It also lowers blood sugar. It also promote liver health, aid in weight loss. So when I discuss dandelion with clients, and so forth, it's usually liver health, inflammation, and lower the sugar level. So those are the main discussions that I have and so forth. Or that is what, when somebody comes to me and they want to know about this and that and so forth, symptoms or things that's happening with them and so forth, what do I recommend and things like that. Dandelion, again, is one of those herbs that you can access regularly because it's just all over the place and so forth. And you can even access it yourself and dehydrate the herbs, turn it into capsules, or you can make your tea, or you can make smoothie. I didn't say smoothie, but yeah, juices and things like that. That will help your liver, help with inflammation and all that. When it comes to formulation and so forth, you, the person who is actually wanting to use it, can determine what formulation you use. Some people are pill poppers, and it's good for them because they can, take their pills and go, and things like that. So most of the people that taking medicine or herbal medicine or some type of medicine, so forth, is usually through capsules or pills and whatever, and so forth, because that's the easiest form to take. I'm in a hurry, gotta go, oh, don't forget your pills or your medicine and so forth. You pop them and go. Juices and teas are different because these are things that you want to sit down with and relax and drink and relax, especially when it comes to a hot cup of tea. You want to be able to sit down and relax and so forth. So the formulation that you use in herbal medicine and whatever and so forth, again, depends on a person's activities and things like that. However you want to take them. This is a flowering herb, and like I said, you can go outside and you can, and not here, but in certain places like in North Carolina, and other places that I have lived and so far. And this is before I even got into herbs and so far. They're all over the place, and you just don't know, or I didn't know that that's what they were. Dandelions and herbal herbs and things like that. Um, and they again are highly nutritious and they're used for medicine and so far. And so it is a good herb. Um, some people use and with honey. A lot of herbalists and non-herbalists use dandelion because they know what it is, and they make certain formulations and so forth beyond the formulations that I just gave you and all that. But they do make certain formulations and so forth. And I'm trying to think. I did see a video not too long ago where they was making some kind of concoction with dandelion, where they had put it into a mason jar, and they had actually used, excuse me, they were using honey. Honey also has some great benefits of its own, so that was a good combination that this person was doing and so far. And I forget what was the name of that combination of her concoction and so forth and things like that. And we use concoction as a good thing. We're creating and so forth. We're creating this, we're creating that. I, like I said, do some concoctions myself, blending certain herbs together and things like that. That's what we do. That's what we do to help, people who, come to us for, certain ailments and things like that. And as I always say, a lot of people come to us um, because they have been on certain medicine. They tried different medicines and a lot of things, but nothing is working for them. And it's causing other issues. And the thing of it is, they want to try something else. They want to get off the hard medicine and so forth. A lot of people don't know that those hard pills take a long time to resolve, and so forth, which means it takes a long time to actually help you, and all that. And with herbal capsule, it resolves very quickly. The capsule does, and the herbal medicine gets into your system more quickly, and all that. But again, they want to get away from the hard medicine, harsh chemicals and traditional medicine, so they want to try something else and so forth. And also, too, these people have been to the doctor and have been going to the doctor for a while, so they just want to try something else. They want to see if something else can help them, and all that. So that is one of the reasons why a lot of people come to herbalists and so forth. They don't just come to herbalists; they get sick to come to a herbalist and so forth. Maybe some do now because the herbalist is herbal medicine is so well known, and all that stuff. But in my head, I don't see someone getting sick and the first thing they do is to go to a herbalist unless they know the herbalist has something that can help them, right away. So anyway, usually most of the clients I've had that I've consulted with has been to the doctor or taking medicine or, this and that and so far, and they just want to get away from that and so far. They may have heard about a certain herb that can help them, and so, and, from reading, or a cousin or mother or whoever may have referred that herb to them, so they want to check it out through a herbalist who has researched it and so far. And that is a lot of a herbalist job as well, is to research all the medicines, even the traditional medicines and so far. You research that medicine because you don't want to recommend something to someone who is going to interfere, or excuse me, interfere with traditional medicine and so far. And you get that you want to make sure that what recommending to them does not have any side effects to their traditional medicine that they are taking and things like that. So there is a lot to consider, a lot to do when you have a client come in and is looking for something to get help. You want to know how long it's been going on. You want to know who they're seeing. You want to know what medicine they're taking so that you can look it up and so forth, do the research for them. And I always recommend you do your own research as well. Do your own research, because what I give you is that your bullet points and so far, to let you know what this herbs do and so far. And because everybody is different and so far, this herb may not do the same for you. Let's say we got Jane and Mary. They having the same symptoms and things like that. You recommend this herb to them where it may help Jane but not help Mary. So Mary will come back and say, this does not help me. So you do the research and you find something else that'll help her and things like that. That's the same thing they do at a doctor's office and so far. The doctor has Jane and Mary as well. He just recommend pretty much the same thing for Jane and Mary, but it may help one but not help the other one. So doctors have to go through that a lot of time and so forth, where patients do go back to them and say, oh, this is not working, this is not helping, or this is making me this way, or this is making me this way. Can you give me something else? Can you find me something else that, would not, do this and so forth? Because a lot of the traditional medicine also causes side effects and so forth, and they have to tell you about those side effects. And even when you're looking at the television and so forth, and you see these medicine that comes on television, and they give you these side effects in small print and so forth, they have to tell you about the side effects. And not to say that you're going to actually experience the side effects, but you may or you may not, and you have to be told about it. Same thing with herbal medicine and so forth. If it give you some side effects and so forth, or list side effects, you have to tell the person about it and so forth, which is the reason why I said do your own research and so forth, as well as just take some of the bullet points that I'm giving you as far as what the herb do. Now, I usually sometimes I may discuss side effects on this channel and so forth, but most of the time I'm just giving you the herbal medicine that fit the symptoms and things like that, because most herbal medicine don't really have any side effects. Some do, because some herbs are very strong, and and they do have chemicals in them and so far. And when you have those type of herbs and so far, you need to give people the side effects. And also, some herbal medicine are so strong you can only take them short time. I do discuss that as well. So let's go back over the bullet points again, just so that you know what this great herb does and so forth. And if you know someone in these other states, my state is North Carolina. Florida, I'm in Florida. I haven't seen any dandelion or any, well, if I have, they're tiny and they just don't grow here. Not in my yard anyway. So this dandelion is highly nutritious. It contains antioxidant. It fights inflammation. It manages blood sugar, reduces cholesterol, lower blood pressure. It also promotes liver health, aid in weight loss, and so forth. Those are the great things that this herb does, and so forth. And the good thing about dandelion also too is not a bitterant. It's a herb that even children can use, and so forth. It is a herb again that a lot of people do use with certain, formulation or their formulations and so forth. Formulation concoctions, wherever you want to put it, and so forth. But yeah, we do our formulations. Um, is basically capsule, herbal capsule, and also it is, you can do a herbal tea. We do have the bags and so forth where you can, put the bags in hot water, make your tea, and all that. And I think, yeah, an elixir is quite. If I was to recommend, um dandelion, my recommendation would be an elixir or herbal capsule. So those are my two recommendations and so forth. And thank you guys for hopefully you stop by and so forth, check out the great herb dandelion. And like I said, one of the things here is liver health. And we do have a lot of these issues nowadays with the liver and things like that. So we got to keep that liver going. We got to keep it healthy and so forth, because we only have one. So stay healthy and live a wellness life. And I'll be back next Thursday. And you can check out my blog, uh, Shore Herbal Medicine, Shore Herbal Medicine blogspot.com. Anyway, I'll leave it in the description so that you can check out the blog and so forth, and everything. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Can you feel